Congratulations on the win. Your first as a manager. That's a very special moment.
It is, and of course I'm very happy with that. I definitely learned you need to be happy with your wins and appreciate them. And I think also there were still many good things. I think we defended exceptionally well. We gave very, very little away throughout the game against, in my opinion, a very good Villarreal side. I think offensively, we didn't hit the highest level. There was definitely a spell second half where we decided, let's give it to the Villarreal guys, and then we just sprint back. I think that's a very good fun thing. But on the flip side, I think Villarreal is a good team and they defended very well as well. So it was a very, very even game that we just edged. You
mentioned that second half spell, and that's where you made some substitutions. Paulina came on and you had to kind of really get hold of the game then.
Yeah, and you know, Xiao is a very good player, and he also, I think, stabilized it more in the middle of the pitch, so that helped definitely. Yeah.
There was incidents that could have gone one way or the other as well tonight. There was obviously the free kick that was checked for a penalty. Mickey van der Ven was asked about that. What was your view of that?
Real time, I was thinking, that was close to potentially could be a penalty, but I guess VAR and these guys got it right. It was contact outside the box.
Yeah. They had their chances, obviously, as well.
Yeah, I think they had one to Pepe, like a half transition. This is the yellow card and the free kick, a dangerous situation. And then they had the situation for Pepe as well. Pepe, sorry, had a good chance. But that was not. I think this is a yellow card and it's not a penalty.
What did you learn about your team tonight?
I learned that they are working very hard and that we have a very good foundation to stand on in terms of our defensive organization. I think it's good, and we give this is Champions League against a good team. Also, I knew it. I think it was a step forward against West Ham. Offensively, that is definitely the area where we need to, how can you say, of course get better, but it's also a little bit the relationship. So Jet Spencer and Simmons is a second game together. So too many times they play too short and too into feet instead of, find a better relationship. So there's something in that definitely.
Thomas, congratulations first on the win. Do you think in the second half that spell where was a lot of sloppy passes around is down to tiredness because of the lot of games that is happening? Sometimes obviously irritating of the team, but some players are playing all the time. Do you think that can affect in the long run?
Yeah, it could definitely. I think, for example, Rodri and Richie, those two players that gave the ball away a couple of times, both give everything for the team. They actually didn't start Saturday, so they should be fresh. So sometimes I think there can be a tiredness element, but maybe on the day we just didn't hit a high level. That happens. You guys were three world-class players. Maybe there was one bad mistake, not many, of course, but you're right. Sometimes they didn't hit the level today.
I think the important thing is obviously you can't always be at your best, but the important thing is, and this I think brings your team close together, is when you don't play at your best, you come away with the 3 points, and especially the first game in the Champions League. I think it's massive, and the confidence that the players will gain from that will be huge, I think.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm very, of course, extremely happy. Of course, we, coach went into the coaching room straight away, and we we could have done a little bit better, and we said, let's be happy today, okay? Because it's so difficult to win these games, and then we analyze tomorrow, and then we hopefully learn from it and get better. But to have that foundation with now 4 clean sheets in whatever 5 games is very good.
And just for me, we spoke a little bit at half time about the make-up here midfield with Sarr and Bergvall playing high and Bentancur being that kind of lower part of the triangle, and the amount of forward runs that the two ahead of him were doing, which in a positive way, and it's aggressive, but then it does managing the transition, which we were waiting for, then becomes the challenge. Was that something you really encouraged the two of them, Sarr and Bergvall, to really kind of play over their press or around their press, and so their midfield had be behind? Was that we spoke quite a bit about
definitely that. In that we wanted that 4-1, let's say 5 structure, because we knew that they are very good too in their 4-4-2 defensive organization. So good to shuffle across. Their fullback are jumping to the winger, cutting the run as well. So sometimes just to open the game up, a few runs behind them. Of course, it was an own goal and probably a mistake from their keeper, but it was a good run down the side from Lucas. There was a few from Pape as well, and that just brings us a little bit up the pitch. If the first phase didn't go quick enough.
Thomas, just before we let you go, have a quick look at your Champions League fixtures. Bodo Glimt next for you in the Champions League. Of course, Spurs played them last season on their way to the Europa League Cup final. It's always said that the home games are so important in the Champions League. When you look at your run of fixtures, is a top 8 finish the target?
I will very happy for the first win. Now we need, of course, to try to beat Brighton on Saturday, and then we go to Bordeaux that has done fantastic over the years, and up there on the artificial pitch is going to be another tough task. So I'd like to win one game at a time.
One match at a time.
Exactly.
And as PSG showed last season,
sorry.
you don't need to finish in the top 8 to win the Champions League. It just takes away 2 matches for you, doesn't it? That's the bonus. That's the bonus.
Not the tiredness. That's probably good to avoid those two. That would be nice.
Thank you so much for giving us your time tonight. Congratulations. Really good to see you. Thank you. Let's get some reaction, shall we, from Villarreal and Ayoze Perez, who is talking to Gabriel Clark.
Well done. Was that a victory for resilience, do you think, tonight?
Yeah, I think it was a tough one. Not an easy one, and I think we didn't play really well today, to be honest, but it's an important one.
Is the frustration maybe you couldn't build on that fast start?
What do you mean?
Is the frustration you couldn't build on the fast start, a goal in the first 4 minutes?
Yeah, of course, we had a really good start, and of course you want to build on that, but Villarreal is also a really difficult team to play against. Also, every time on the counter attack they keep the strikers forward. They're really dangerous. So what you say, of course, it's stuff where you can't build on the 1-0 you make early in the game, but at the end we got the 3 points, and I think that's the most important.
So with 5 minutes to go, Mikotadze goes through. There's a clash. Are you a little bit concerned?
Yeah, of course, you never know what the referee is going to do at that moment. Because I go for the ball, it's not a red card, and I haven't seen it back properly, to be honest, so I can't really say what I think about it. But I went full for the ball, so of course you're concerned in this moment because you never know what the ref's going to do. I think yellow is fair.
Another clean sheet. What is working defensively?
I think we know all what to do. It's the whole team, to be honest. Of course, it's defense. We worked also on quite a lot of things, but also with the whole team, I think we work on. We're more like tactical. We're standing better. We defend all together. We attack all together. And even if we have to come into a compact block, you see we're standing there. We know what to do.
You feel like you're a harder team to play against for the opposition?
I think we're a difficult team to play against, yeah, for sure. Because what I say, you also see that structure-wise, we're standing really good and we know all what to do. So I think we're a difficult team to beat.
And sum it up tonight for Tottenham, back in the Champions League, your Champions League debut, the manager's Champions League debut. Maybe not the performance, but the result is obviously all that matters.
The result is the most important, and that's the main thing. We got the 3 points. Happy with my Champions League debut, and hopefully we can build on for this and on to Saturday.
Thank you. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, Gabriel alluded to it there, didn't he? I've got Wayne and Dimitar and Michael with me at the dead pitch side. That it's about game management in a way tonight, Michael. It won't be a game they'll look back on fondly in years to come and say it was a classic, but it was a win in the opening game of the Champions League, and sometimes you have to manage those kinds of matches out.
I think it's a big night for Tottenham. I do. I think it's a big step because you can't always play at your best. You can't always play free-flowing attacking football and then everything coming off. Sometimes it's a bit sticky and it's a bit awkward, and you've got to find a way to win. And they can do, and they will play better at times. But I think it's a really good sign and a big night for them to come away with a win.
Agree with that, Dimitar?
Absolutely. I think it was a game probably to forget for Spurs. The only important thing was the win. Even the goal was a bit ugly in my view, but in the end of the day, what counts is starting on the right foot with a win, with the 3 points, and they can build on it.
And Wayne, I'm sure you've had plenty of those nights in Champions League in your history in the competition where, you come away and you've done what you had to do. And for Spurs tonight, it was a big night, wasn't it? A lot of players making their debuts. The manager, of course, his first experience of Champions League football. So to come away with those 3 points, when you get to the end of this league phase, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I think there will have been some nerves in there as well. As we alluded to before the game, there was a lot of young players out there making the Champions League debut. So I think the 3 points was the most important thing tonight. Can they play better? Of course they can. I think there was a little bit naive at times in terms of leaving themselves open quite a bit and conceding attempts at goal. Villarreal if they were a bit more clinical, could have punished Tottenham. But most important thing was they come away with 3 points.
Yeah, there'll be chances that they rue that they didn't take, and of course at the end there was an incident that could have gone another way for them. Their manager certainly felt it was more than just a free kick. I'm delighted to say that Lucas Bergvall is actually walking towards us. He's going to come and join us at the desk. You were waxing lyrical about him pre-match. He had a fantastic performance at West Ham at the weekend, scored and assisted, and his manager said that performance meant he couldn't leave him out tonight. And you highlighted at half-time some of the great runs that he made. So he's going to come in. Perhaps we'll put him in between me and you, Wayne, shall we? So he can hear, because he hasn't got an earpiece in. Lucas, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, they appreciated your performance tonight. 3 points, off to a great start in the Champions League. Tell us a little bit about how it was out there tonight.
It was really tough. I think Villarreal did a great performance, but a 1-0 win is amazing feeling, at home.
And of course, we were just talking there about the positives that came from the performance, also areas that I'm sure that you will talk about, you've got to work on through a Champions League season. Not every game is going to be, a goal fest, is it? And tonight, obviously, the goal had to come from an own goal.
Yeah, as I said, it was a really tough game. But yeah, we managed to get 3 points today, and we talk a lot about clean sheet mentality, and I think they didn't have a shot on target today. So yeah, we did a really good job.
And tell us a little bit about what the manager has given you license to do this season, because of course, you played your way into the hearts of the fans last season. You missed the back end of the season. You get a new manager. What has he given you the kind of freedom to express yourself on the pitch?
Yeah, new fresh air. As I said, we talked a lot about clean sheet mentality this year because we conceded a lot last year.
But you personally, your relationship with him?
No, I think it's really good. I just want to come back to the form I had in the beginning of the year, and I feel like I'm getting back. Help from him, a lot of video analysis to get better every day.
Yeah, I think what I liked about your performance tonight was the amount of forward runs you were making. I think maybe a little bit more than what you was doing last season. Is that something you've worked on throughout, obviously since Thomas Frank has come in?
Yeah, definitely, especially when Mo gets the ball to run in behind, and especially the goal I scored last game against West Ham, the run behind when the centre half can ping it. So yeah, we've talked a lot about that because there's space there, and we can score goals.
Is there a Scandi connection between the two of you?
We can score goals.
Is there a Scandi connection between the two of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, how does that work?
No, it's really good between me and
the manager.
Yeah, it's top. Nothing bad to say about him. Only good things. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously that relationship you can see with you and Sarr as well. We were discussing at half-time how those runs were quite obvious, weren't they? That they were really giving Spurs some great attacking options.
Yeah, and I thought you were fantastic, so well played.
Thanks
Just
so much.
an interesting one. When you play in that high position, a little bit behind their midfield, and you're playing almost in that right pot where you made your run for the goal, do you find it that you almost sometimes want to go a bit deeper to get a touch of the ball, or are you happy staying high so then you can run forward?
Of course, I always want the ball, but yeah, when I play as a 10, as I do now, we need those run forwards, and I think I managed to do that well. This and last game, because last year I played a lot of 6, 8, but this year I played more of a 10 position. Yeah.
It's not easy sometimes as a younger player, especially, and you want to affect the game and you want to get involved in it. But I thought you showed real good maturity and understanding of the position to make your runs at the right time, even though sometimes you might want the ball a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I thought you showed really good kind of patience and composure playing in that role today. Well,
Thank you so much.
You had to miss the back end of Spurs' European journey last season with your injury. So to start in the Champions League this season, tell us what it feels like to run out here on this night and hear that music.
It's been a dream since I was a young kid, watching these players play in the Champions League. So yeah, unbelievable feeling, and at home, and 3 points as well. Amazing.
Both your brothers play football, don't they? Your older one and your younger one.
Yeah, it's true.
Watching tonight?
Yeah, hopefully. I hope so.
Well, I'm sure they'll be very proud of you, and the fans as well seem to love you. I think you were the fans' player of the season, weren't you? So
Thank you.
they're very happy to see you come out here tonight. Congratulations on the
you so
win
much.
and the performance, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lucas. Just 19 years old, Lucas Bergvall there, who, as I say, he missed that against Bodo Glimt and then the final as well. So he'll feel he's got some kind of unfinished business to do for Spurs and get himself into this European campaign. And if he keeps playing like that, Wayne, he'll be a regular fixture in this side throughout.
Yeah.